Yo, he goes slow. He ain't no fool with that sonic speed. He just always cool.
Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog.
No fool. Come on, just show me what you got. Going fast is cool, going slow is not.
Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog.
No fool. Wild game, dude. 7 danger zones. You add sonic speed through, or you are toast, man.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the hot new game from Genesis Games. Systems and games sold separately.
No fool.
Everybody knows who Sonic is, yeah? He's pretty much all over the damn place. He's blue, he's fast, he's a hedgehog, he loves chili dogs, he can't swim.
Hey, help me!
When Sonic the Hedgehog came onto the video game scene in '91 to cash in on the mascot craze, is it okay if I do a late submission? And to round up a bunch of people to buy a Sega Genesis, it planted the seeds of something that even Sega themselves would have never expected to happen. Okay, maybe they did expect some of it, but what they couldn't foresee was the impact that it would create, not only for the franchise, but for their fans and their player base. No, I am not playing any of the Sonic games, because, you know, that would require me to suffer less. There's a certain appeal to Sonic that a lot of people are usually drawn to, whether that is down to the world, the music, or when he bullies conservatives.
Little brat!
Or even character design. And his design, it's certainly familiar. And it was originally aimed to be so simple that it could easily be drawn by children, the demographic that they were aiming at the time. And who could blame them? If your game was able to be classified as cool by the kids at the time, you were in safe hands. But to say that Sonic only appealed to kids would be bullshit over an open fire. Teenagers and adults would also get some joy of watching a blue ball destroy robots. And enjoy the games for what they were. Well, most of them would. Maybe there were some furries in there somewhere that were drawn to Sonic for other reasons. They existed at the time, yes, I did check. So already, you got a bunch of dumb kids, some more snobby diehard fans, and a few degenerates, and a few other folks who make up the consumers for Sonic the Hedgehog. And with the internet slowly taking shape, it was only a matter of time until online forums, fan sites, and DeviantArt would start coming onto the scene, where every Sonic fan from any background can congregate to talk about and share their passions. Enter the Sonic fandom, where you'll encounter some of the good, but also some of the strangest.
I'm not sure if you caved in to the little kiddies again, because all I'm seeing here is a rehashed Sonic Rush game ported to the consoles. The same ugly, stretched out, green-eyed Sonic fighting the modern-style Eggman. Is that what he's going to be called too? Dr. Eggman? Ugh! I'm so infuriated right now.
And some of the very worst.
His first voice, Ryan Drummond. He's the only member of the voice cast I actually hate. Dang, that just fucked up who Sonic's character is! And I'm never gonna let it go!
From the pretentiousness, to the overreactions, to the embarrassment, to wanting to get into Rouge's tits.
My best friend Max has something very important to say to you.
Boobies!
This clash of personalities, in a way, created a kind of urban decay that still lingers within that fandom. Or maybe it's just suffering from typecasting. And sure, there's loads of people from that fandom that are worthy of a video. But I would like to believe that none of them can even hold a candle to the likes, to the goddamn war crimes Jason Crevier had brought onto the internet.
To be a Sonic fan until the day I die.
JaSonic has since been plowing, and allegedly pooing, on his plush toy, might I add.
I'm a huge Sonic fan, and yes, I do have a Sonic fetish. I will admit that yes, I did show my dick to someone underage.
I would make this whole big thing about him getting help, but everyone has already tried.
Yeah, I'm talking about him. Jason Crevier, also known as JaSonic1977, is a man that, even just by saying his name, brings about more paranormal terror than Bloody Mary.
I was sexually attracted to Sonic when I was like 18 or 19.
Born in 1977 in some indeterminate region of Quebec, growing up, he was learning a lot slower compared to those around him. And mentally, he wasn't that sound. But over time, he started to develop some habits. As the man himself had admitted openly, During a lot of his teenage years, he started to gain an interest with his penis. You know, puberty shit and all. But what I didn't expect is what he would be doing, because the guy would be taking whatever object he could find, or whatever he could fit, and shove it down his urethra. These can range from pens to pencils to a rusty fucking nail.
Yeah, I inserted stuff into my penis. It was pens, pencils, aquarium tubes, and a rusty nail.
Maybe a DS stylus somewhere in the mix. I don't know, and I'm not interested in finding out. And whilst I cannot find the images anymore, I can actually confirm that JaSonic had actually inserted a fresh nail, not a rusty one, into the hole of his Johnson. It's a practice he was doing back then, and still doing to this day, and it's just as painful to look at as you think it is.
What else to say?
Upon the Sega hype of the early 90s, Jason would be caught within the midst of all that, developing an attachment to the blue hedgehog upon first sight. And just 1 year later after the first game's release, he would begin his obsession with the franchise. And from there, everything just speaks for itself, which is something JaSonic cannot do.
But that's okay, well, that's not okay, but my children have a wife and they have kids, and their kids adore me.
Sure, this might come off as a little shallow, but when this man is not using a keyboard, he just speaks in caveman speak. Unfortunately, his origins and overall being don't make this any easier. This isn't a case of a French person able to speak English perfectly and clearly, or a French person speaking with an accent and still being coherent. This is XQC on fucking Benadryl!
Oh yeah, I've heard that, but I've seen some of these documentaries, I ain't believe none of that. Hey, the game government and no getting no one in the sample, no give them a 3D.
I have no idea what the fuck you're saying right now.
With his teenage hormones usually taking up a lot of his desires, the guy would find ways in order to scratch that itch, thinking with every orgasm this sort of shit can get him close to God or whatever. Well, he got close to something, because at the age of 18, the guy fell into a coma for fucking sounding too hard. And whilst in that coma, a spiky blue hedgehog came to him, whispered in Latin or something, and then when he woke up, Jason finally found his purpose, his mission objective, to worship Sonic and make love to him in the grossest and most parasocial way possible.
So I fell into a coma because I did very dangerous things to my body.
At first, it looked like JaSonic was just some Sonic fans or furry who would linger around the forums and DeviantArt, just talking about how he really loves Sonic. But that wasn't enough. He wanted more to come from it. He really wanted to let everyone know that he loves Sonic. On one of his old profiles, it mentions how he was a fan at the age of 15 and a plushophile at the age of 20. And if you can at least have an understanding for both of these words, it's not hard to put two and two together and figure out what he's into. And boy was he proud of it. For the next few years, he would be showboating to everyone within the Sonic fandom and the rest of the internet all of the disgusting actions he has committed onto his own Sonic plush.
This is really gross, you guys!
He would cut a hole into his beloved plushie and would actively use it as a cum dumpster for the next 25 years, stuffing Sonic's prolapsed asshole with his own seed. And what makes this even worse is that the guy didn't even bother to clean the thing. During those same 25 years, he didn't stop to consider the smell of unwashed bed sheets and crusty semen, or the feeling of his dick being scratched by Sonic's ruptured insides. He would also take a shit on it as well.
Oh, come on! Look at that stuff, man.
And if you were unfortunate enough to get a glimpse on what this thing looks like, you would be shocked to know that there is no LiveLeak logo to come with it. The plush itself is less of something you would give to kids, or anyone really, and more of an industrial dish rag that has yet to be cleaned. One that is still dirty after the years of soaking up chemicals and oil, but in this case, it's some French-Canadian degenerate sperm, with him discarding the old plush at some point and getting himself another one. He even started to suffer an episode on eBay, of all places, ruining someone's childhood toy and mental state. And I shudder to think what his plans are with this fresh one. but honestly, given all the shit in this video, I probably shouldn't even be surprised. Oh, of course, the urethra play would still persist. That's not going away until it actually screws him over.
Like, there's no place.
It got to the point where no one was taking in that shit, which was very quickly, where the man became so abrasive and embarrassing, even for the Sonic fandom, that they would straight up kick him out or disregard him. Unsurprisingly, he would get his DeviantArt account banned over this, and it's claimed that JaSonic would get banned from every Sonic sim in Second Life, because he would not stop talking about his favorite spiky blue cum dumpster, leaving JaSonic to wander around, looking for a new fandom to latch onto. His timeline is a little confusing, but he would find a place within the furry community, since they were the ones that haven't shunned him yet, and because there are those that are also into JaSonic's weird niche, who, through a bit of brain damage and a NyQuil overdose, will also maintain a relationship with their own plush dolls, from being used as a fleshlight to the delusions of a parasocial relationship, to an unhealthy mix of both at the same time. But it would be a matter of time till he was kicked out of that community and jumpstart his own Discord server.
I'm not really into making videos anymore because, I mean, I like to type more.
The man, I guess in some ways, has some sort of life, as he also works as a DJ for his local village, even going under the name DJ Sonic.
She's into superstitions, black cats and voodoo dolls. I feel a premonition, that girl's gonna make me fall.
Would you even believe me that this expired potato had a girlfriend? Well, I use the term girlfriend rather loosely, more so someone who he flashes his penis to.
Hey, I would suggest that you don't. Oh shit, I'm gone.
Hey, wait. You like Thai food?
I'm out this bitch.
The man is also confirmed to be a sick creep. When he opened his Discord server for everyone of all ages, it opened the floodgates for some of JaSonic's more half-baked and deplorable actions. From little bits like this to visual malpractice. It led to a lot of members not only becoming fascinated, but extremely uncomfortable. Almost as if with every action he has shared with everyone thus far, he liked getting off at shocking other people, as well as the possibility of taking advantage of them, because he has been having some interesting interactions with the more younger members of this group, from grossing out a 16-year-old to asking a 13-year-old boy for a photo of his genitalia. It's honestly shocking how this man is still at large. Granted, if he were to be arrested, whatever is taken in as evidence should be burned afterwards, in order to prevent some kind of disease.
The victim hit him up and he's like, hey, listen, this JaSonic guy you've been tweeting about sent me dick pics. And he went, what are you talking about? And then the kid sent JaSonic's dick to Willie Mack.
No!
He's like, Willie goes, I have a Sonic YouTuber's dick in my DMs.
What the fuck?
Oh no!
He had gotten so bad that even Kiwi Farms had started to take interest. A place where everyone from Twitter, 4chan, and Leafy's dying fanbase come together to mock the ugly and obscene. JaSonic is no exception, and it all could be boiled down to what a disgusting cunt he is, and I wouldn't object. But JaSonic doesn't even care about what he does, at least right now. That with something like this, he was just happy to get his name talked about in circles, and that he would make his appearance onto the thread, willing to answer any question that they may have. Which just turned into a bunch of children bullying a 40-something-year-old man for being flat out sad, running away back into his piss corner of a Discord server to yell about demons and such.
I'm still on social media, but I'm not talking to minors.
After whoring himself out for attention, a lot of people aimed towards his Discord server, committing to raids, heckling, and scavenging whatever incriminating information they can use against him. Which honestly isn't that hard, the server itself is incriminating as it is. This had led to some infighting among the members, and JaSonic deleting channels, so that no one could obtain evidence that could land him in jail, leading to many to call him a pedophile, with a catalog of screenshots of him being creepy towards kids, unintentional or not.
People still call me a predator, but yeah, what's the proof?
It actually harbored him into making a statement on his YouTube channel. Yes, the man has a YouTube channel, to where he would address the trolls specifically.
Hey guys, it's me JaSonic, and I have a message for all you trolls.
So how does he debunk all these claims made against him? Well, he doesn't.
I'm not a pedophile. I'm a blushphile, not the pedophile, okay? So all you trolls can relax easy, and I'm not what you think, okay? I'm not a monster.
JaSonic is a guy who has been broken for all of his life. From his childhood to almost reaching 50 years old, has been unable to grasp why he can never maintain any kind of relationship, while at the same time dedicating all of his life to Sonic, worshipping him as some kind of sex god, and with him dealing with the death of his father, putting him in a more darker state. If there was any opportunity to get this man help, those changes would range from microscopic to non-existent. Really, we're only wishing that he doesn't commit to something extremely dangerous. So for the time being, hide your plushies, hide your Sonic games, as he might catch their scent and piss on them like a fucking dog. As for Sonic, you can't help but feel bad for him, having to either be loved or hated. Whether it was down to the games or its potent fan base, the guy can't catch a break. He may be one of the fastest things in existence, but he's not immune from the opinionated and self-obsessed. This shit has done more damage to me than alcohol and cigarettes combined.